I don't care about that, not a fig. Can't abide such idiocy any longer. Now watch this drive.
Hello! Oh boy, haven't been in the studio in a minute. First show of 2023. Welcome. It is I, Josh Potter, your Roach Lord and Savior, here with you for another year of the Josh Potter Show. Thank you to everybody who watched the Roaches, by the way. Thank you to all the Roachie Award winners. And I got to say thank you to Rob and Kirsten for putting that together. Big round of applause. Kirsten is, everyone's like, where's Kirsten? She's still in Iowa. She's stuck. So she'll be back next week. Don't worry. She'll be here. She hasn't been here for the past couple episodes because of that. But she will be back. And I will be over in Burbank at the Nightcap in LA. Well, I guess, yeah, Burbank, LA, same thing. But yeah, it's going to be a wonderful show. It's on my birthday, January 13th. So come on out. Tickets are on my Instagram at Josh_Potter, on Twitter at J_Potter. And today, our first guest of the brand new year, it's Kim Congdon, ladies and gentlemen. Yay!
Wow. Thank you.
One of the honeys.
What up, honeys? My
This
sweetie
Bitch podcast, formerly of Broad Topics, which I still love.
R.I.P., R.I.P., R.I.P.
R.I.P. Are you sad?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
No, I'd be sad too.
It was such a funny podcast. It
was so
was hard
funny.
to let it go. It was a difficult choice to make.
But it's for a good reason.
It's for a good reason.
And what else do you have coming up here you want to let people know about?
When does this come out?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Okay, yeah, cool. I will be in Austin the 4th through the 10th. We're doing This Bitch Live. And me and Sarah are headlining over at the Vulcan. So check out my social media dates for my social media for tickets. We just got so high outside.
Hell
I
yeah,
will
we
say.
did.
My New Year's resolution was to smoke less weed.
Why?
I don't know.
Fuck that. Cancel that one.
Cancel that one?
Yes, it's over.
Okay. Well, it was over as soon as I pulled up to do this podcast, and you pulled out the fattest joint with so much keef on it.
I told
it
them
was like
no
bleeding.
keef.
It would literally, you know, a joint has like a lot of like weed stuff on it when you light it, and it like the fire's huge,
It
and there's
cries.
like it cries. There's like blood on the end of it, and like resin. There's sap. It's like, what's happening?
Yeah, no, I have like sap on my top lip, I feel like, and it's bothersome for sure. So what are the socials?
Check out my Instagram at Kim Congdon, my Twitter at Kimberly Congdon, and check out my podcast. This Bitch with
This
Sarah
Bitch.
Weinschenk.
One of my faves. I was just on it
Yes.
during Christmas week.
We love having you on, Mr. Josh.
Can't wait to come back.
You're one of our favorites.
Aw, that's so sweet.
One of.
One of. Who are the other ones?
All the other ones.
What company?
Just
Every
kidding.
single other guy?
No, I mean, we don't really have guests. We've had you and Zickler on. We love you guys. And Joey.
That's kind of like, I like having guests here, but I do it solo on occasion because sometimes I'm just like, well.
We have special guests.
Yes, exactly. I like that. I'm going to start saying that. Special guests. What was the funny thing you were going to tell me? Then you're like, well, wait.
No, I forgot.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I
He
told
even
you.
said, let me write it down. And I said, no, it won't be funny anymore.
Well, if you remember. Oh, okay.
I do remember.
Mm-hmm.
And this is, I wasn't high yet this morning when this happened.
Okay.
I swear to God, a ghost had to have farted in my apartment.
A ghost.
A very clear fart sound came from my bathroom, like someone was shitting and farted loudly. And I
Oh
was
my
right next to
God.
the door, and no one was in there.
Did it smell?
No.
But you heard it.
Very clearly.
What was it? Wet?
It was like,
Wow. And you don't have a Glade plug-in.
no.
Do you know those Glade plugins, by the way?
Do they fart?
Well, they shoot a thing out of it. My father, I just
they
came
go
back from his house, and it's like I'm sitting there in the bathroom, you know, and all of a sudden behind me I hear, and I'm like, what the fuck was that? So I thought maybe perchance you got one of those and forgot that it does that.
No. But
So-
there was a fart sound.
Could it have been a neighbor in the building fart so loud that it came through the
It's
pipes?
not really that. If it was my old apartment, I would have said maybe yes. But this apartment's pretty soundproof
So this is a haunted apartment situation.
with a gassy ghost.
And a gassy ghost,
Yeah.
someone who is stuck in purgatory, just tearing up your bathroom. Maybe they died. Maybe someone. Do you know if someone died in there?
Probably.
Just on the toilet.
Let me
like
tell
Elvis
you.
Style.
I had a lot of people working on my apartment when I was out of town, so I set up a camera.
Oh
And
my God.
And you know, there was nothing on the camera. Everything was fine. Even though this is kind of weird. people came into my apartment to work on the heater against my wall because they had done construction to the outside of my wall and my heater fell out that was like connected to the inside and outside. And they were putting it back in and I wasn't in town. And when I got back in town, someone had left dick pills on the heater.
What kind?
The Rhino ones from the gas station.
Oh my Lord. Those ones I've done them.
But that's not the point.
No, I know, but they're good. They're good ones.
You're missing my whole point here.
I'm like, do you have them still?
Yeah, I have them. They're all dusty. They were like on
Wait,
top
they
of the
were
heater.
out? Like they were
out.
loose pills?
Yeah. No, they were in the package.
Oh, I see. So someone just left them there. Could it have been one of... You're thinking it was one of the workers, but could it have been anybody else?
Who would have left that there?
A neighbor just being like...
How did a neighbor get in?
Oh, it was inside your unit.
In my unit.
I see. Oh, my Lord.
In my unit, in my bedroom. That's where I put the camera.
God damn. In your bedroom.
In my bedroom.
And there's no chance that a former gentleman suitor might have left them because you were gone.
I'm not fucking dudes that are taking Rhino pills from the gas station.
Well, let's not say it so. Let's not disparage those of us who are.
I am disparaging. That is weird. See a doctor.
No, they're fun.
Are they?
Yeah, they're kind of fun.
I don't know.
No, they're kind of fun. I got to tell you.
I don't know.
It's probably not good for you, but what are we doing that's good for us?
My ex-boyfriend was addicted to dick pills. And at first it was very fun. And then after a while I was like, enough. I'd have to I would catch, what?
What's addictive?
He would take them all the time, even if I didn't want to fuck. And then he'd just be horny.
That's weird.
And I'm like, now you're just horny. And then he started taking the dick pills and they were... And I would catch him like a dog. I'd be like, no. And I'd be digging my finger in his mouth and his cheek trying to get it out before he swallowed it.
He's like, but it's
like,
so
drop
hard.
Drop it. Smacking the back of his head. Drop it. Spit it out. Let me see your tongue.
Imagine.
Why is it blue?
It's so hard. Can you just help me?
Yeah, please don't chase me around your heart.
Well, that's weird. I it's like a special occasion thing for me. I don't want to get like too hooked on them because... then
they are great,
it's like,
though.
I don't know if my dick can get hard after I do them too often.
It's like when a woman uses a vibrator too much.
Yes. That's exactly what it's like. What does that say, Rob?
Public notification, Rhino 72 contains
this to me right
hidden
now.
drug ingredients.
Like what?
Sildenafil and tadalafil, which are Viagra and Cialis.
Oh, well then, yeah, that's fine. That's what you want in there.
Yeah.
Just a warning, this thing will get you real hard.
Why does it say that as a notification? Like,
well, because those are
drugs.
Prescription drugs that can affect if you take statins or blood pressure medication,
if you have heart
that can
problems.
cause some problems for you.
Interesting. I see what you're saying, but here's the thing: when I buy a Rhino, I'm like, please be like, I'm actually think they're better for you than I thought because they actually have Cialis and Viagra type chemicals.
Yeah,
in
but
them.
also they have Rhino in them. So
what's Rhino?
I don't
think
know.
that's just the name. I don't know. It's got
Why would they call it
Rhino
Rhino if it didn't?
It is a weird branding to call it Rhino because it's like, I guess a rhino has like its tusk or whatever, so it's like it's hard.
It's hard.
Yeah. It does.
They're like, so they were in the room. They're like, "What's hard?" They were all naming things.
What animal's like real hard?
They should have called it the Rock.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
It does when you hear Rhino, it does harken an erection for some reason, and I don't know why quite. When I hear Rhino though, I just go, that means a hard dick.
Steel pipe pills.
Steel pipe. There you go.
That would be mine.
Crowbar.
Something
like that. Yeah, no, I just got home last night from my excursion to Buffalo, New York.
How was that?
Long, I will say. I got trapped in a blizzard in Buffalo. It was a generational blizzard. I've been through many a blizzard, and nothing quite like this. It was just kind of like the perfect storm with the wind and the amount of snow and the holiday, and a lot of people died. Which,
Merry Christmas.
It was a sad Christmas for a lot of people.
That was before Christmas, too, right?
Well, it started
so
the
people
23rd.
didn't even make it home for Christmas.
Right, myself included. I flew across the country to spend Christmas alone when I could have just stayed in L.A. with my PlayStation in my apartment.
How many people did you say died?
I think the death count, can you get a tally on that? I think it's up to 50. You see what happened?
That is a lot of people.
It was about 28, and then all of a sudden, not but a week later, it was 60 degrees, so all the snow melted. And then, that's the eerie part. When the snow starts melting, you start seeing, like, feet sticking out of the snow as it melts and shit. Yeah. It's
Looks like 39 dead is
39.
the last tally.
Wow.
mm-hmm. And I mean,
That is really sad.
it's crazy, being from there, you obviously have not many degrees of separation from some of the people. And, I heard about, parents' friends dying and friends' parents dying and
Really?
stuff like, and you just hear about like a story or this or that. And they're all so macabre and like weird. My mom, of course, is a morbid woman. So she's like, reading all of them and telling me like, did you hear about
Did you hear
this
about the girl
person?
that was texting with her sisters?
From the car?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes.
And then
of
she was
course.
like, I'm falling asleep. I have the heat on, but I would keep falling asleep. Maybe I'll just wait for the morning. And you're reading the text going like, no.
The tailpipe
She lost from
was
carbon
clogged.
monoxide. Yeah.
She forgot to clear out her tailpipe. There's so many different factors, and now I bet people from Buffalo like have learned even more about blizzards because yes, you got to keep your tailpipe clean if you're stuck in your car. You should only turn the car on like for 10 minutes at a time.
Mm-hmm.
People who have houses with heating vents, those little heating vent things,
Mm-hmm.
you got to keep that clear, otherwise your house will get carbon monoxide. So, if you're an 85-year-old woman, you can't go out there and be shoveling out the vents. There were people who were like trapped in their car honking their horns, and you got like Ring camera footage of people hearing it and going out and getting them and bringing them back to their house. So many people slept at strangers' houses in Buffalo over Christmas.
Wow.
Craziness. But I was lucky enough to be trapped in a hotel.
Like a king.
It was cool, except for the fact that there was like barely food. Like there was like
No.
Campbell's soup and Slim Jims. This is what I ate for like a week.
No.
Which it could have been, obviously, I just articulated how many people died. So yeah, it could have been tremendously worse. But I went home to like spend Christmas with my family.
Mm-hmm.
And I stayed at my dad's house from like Friday till Wednesday. Went to the hotel because I had shows. And I like to like separate myself from my family during that time. Otherwise, I'd be
Mm-hmm.
burned out. So I went to the hotel and then,
Your family doesn't want to go to every show.
they do. And I don't let them. I hate when my
I
family
love
comes
that
to
for
shows.
you.
I hate that. Do you
Yeah.
like that when they come?
Well, they very rarely come, but it is nice that they want to come, but it does not feel great to have them in the audience.
I feel so weird.
It's like reading my diary in front of them that's about them.
And you know what else is weird? Maybe you had this because I know you were in Tampa at Side Splitters
Yeah.
for the holiday.
Mm-hmm.
I hate when it's people that I know because it's like, oh, what's the point of doing this? It's not strangers. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's not an audience of people who want to come see. It's like people who I know. So you're up there and you just feel like you're doing like a
Well,
recital.
they want to come see you, but it's for a different reason. They're not coming to see comedy. They're coming to see you. And then it becomes like that now it becomes like a different thing.
Yes.
It
And then
becomes
like
a
person you worked with when you were in college at a restaurant who's texting you and is like, where do I park? And you're like, what? Would you text like, not to compare this, but
Yeah.
would you text like Justin Timberlake? Like, where do I, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. It is very funny. Yes.
Like, I don't fucking care where you park.
Yeah, please.
But yeah, no, I mean, I can't stand when my parents want to come to my shows. But so anyway, like I can't even spend like, cause in the day of a show, sometimes I just have to sleep all day or whatever. So I got the hotel and that was my undoing in a way because I ended up getting stuck there.
Mm-hmm.
But then I thought about it and I was like, this is so much better. If I was stuck with my mom, it would have been a homicide.
Yeah.
Like I would have had to make one of those. I'd be like, she went out in the blizzard. My mom's just in a snowbank in front of her house.
There's just blood on your hands.
Yeah, I don't know where she went. I guess she just went out in the cold. They're like, she seemed to have died before she was in the cold. But nevertheless, it could have been very much worse, and I'm happy to be back in LA. I've missed you. I've missed everybody.
I know.
It was rough. But here I am.
It's nice to be back when you leave, right?
Oh, the best.
I know. It's a good feeling.
Oh, I love it so much.
So I went home for Christmas this time, but this is the first year that my mom got a boyfriend and my stepdad got a girlfriend. They
Ooh.
divorced after like 20 something years together. And instead of, it's always been like an issue every year. And they both are like obsessed with their new boyfriends and girlfriends. So
That's cool.
this year they were both like, fuck off to all the kids.
Oh, that's funny.
And so that me and my sister just hung out and we had the best time.
That's cool.
It was great.
Do your parents get along?
Not really.
Like they're not like double dating.
No.
Because that'd be kind of would that be weird to you?
My dad and my stepdad get along.
Oh, weird. Okay, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But your stepdad is no longer
my stepdad.
Yeah.
Yeah, my ex-stepdad.
So is that why did they commiserate after the fact?
No, even before they were friends.
Well, that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
I get to see my stepmom, I guess. It's weird calling her my stepmom when she married my dad like 3 years ago.
Oh yeah.
I did that for the first time. I'm like, well, that was weird. Usually I'm like my dad's wife. You know what I mean?
That makes more sense.
And she's not that much older than me.
Yeah, she's not your stepmom. She's your dad's wife.
And so I mean now I get to see like her interact with my mom. It's just so bizarre.
Yeah.
But
it's like, keep me out of this.
Yeah, I don't want to be around for this. Exactly.
I don't want to see this.
Yeah.
It's too much. I have my own dating awkwardness. Not to be all up in yours.
Yeah.
I know. It's the same thing.
It's just bizarre.
I just remembered that I didn't text back my stepdad's girlfriend who wanted to make sure I landed okay.
Do you want to make sure you do it right? Do you want to do it right now?
Should I? Should I?
What did she said? Did you land okay?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
And then I never wrote back. Now
and
it's going to be
like,
3 days later. What do I say?
So you'd be like, made it safe. Just say something. Say that. Made it. Just got here. Something
Sorry,
like that.
Made it safe. Had so much fun.
You should even acknowledge that the time has passed.
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
no, like no sorry.
Oh, I already
said
it. No, sorry's in my natural language as a woman.
How old is this person?
His new girlfriend. She's, I don't know, in her 50s.
Up there though.
Yeah.
Because you could say like, oh, I sent that 3 days. It must have just went through.
Oh yeah, my MSS. I need to get more minutes.
My MSS. Today's Josh Potter Show is brought to us by Private Internet Access. And I got to tell you, it's one of the best VPNs out there, my friend. Easily one of the most affordable too that I've seen. It's called PIA, Private Internet Access. And not only does the VPNs benefit in ways of content where you can, pretend you're in France. I mean, you could make your location anywhere and get content and unlock content that, wasn't available to people living in the town you're living in, maybe like a Dodger game or something like that. But the real nuts and bolts of why it's so beneficial is that it is secure. It's just all about this. I mean, there's so many hackers now, and to try and keep track of everything like that and not get your identity stolen, it feels like a real like quagmire. But PIA is helping. It's easy to use. I feel safe and secure knowing PIA is protecting me from the online hacks. And it's private internet access. They're hiding your IP address, encrypting your internet connection so you're in control of the data. Plus, private internet access works with all major streaming services. As I mentioned, you can get content and unlock stuff that you can't maybe even get here in the United States. It's pretty awesome. Private Internet Access has user-friendly apps for all operating systems, just one click, and you don't have to worry about anything anymore. So right now, go to piavpn.com/Josh, and you're going to get a whopping 82% off your VPN service, plus 4 free months with a 2-year plan. That's unbelievable. It comes out to around like $2 a month, and you can't beat that, my friend. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee. That's piavpn.com/Josh for that 82% off your private internet access. piavpn.com/Josh. But it is 2023, and I'm excited to get into all the news stories. We purged the stack, as you know, at the final episode of 2022.
Wow.
And now we have to start anew. And there's been plenty that's happened since we've last touched base out there in the world of news and sports. So let's get right into it.
I thought you were rhyming.
Thought what?
You were rhyming. I couldn't figure it out.
Like I'm Dr. Seuss. I'm just over here like.
You're like anew in 2022. Last time we said toodaloo. Okay. Sorry, go ahead with the segment.
No, it's fine. It's funny.
Sorry to interrupt the segment.
While I was stuck in the hotel, I watched football. Thank God for football. It really got me through. I watched Red Zone. And then on Christmas Day, they do a thing they did a thing. They usually do it once a year. Sometimes it's on Thanksgiving. Sometimes it's, it depends what the week is. But they did it on Christmas this year. And it's a game that they broadcast on Nickelodeon. and they're trying to get children to
I
like
saw
football.
this, and then they do the cool things on it.
Oh, all the graphics. They
Yeah.
have like when they put up the net in the field goal, it's SpongeBob's face, and they're like, they're gonna kick it into SpongeBob, and then when they score a touchdown, the slime cannons go off, and it's all just graphics. No one sees it. They even did a thing where they had Santa Claus.
It's so smart.
It's cute. I love watching it.
You do?
Yes, and like Ian Eagle's son Noah is the play-by-play guy. They had Adam Schefter's daughter as a sideline reporter. It was so bizarre, but they're trying to teach kids about the sport, which I think is cute.
It's
so
cute.
I watched the Nickelodeon broadcast, and in this game is our favorite player on this program, Russell Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
He played in the Nickelodeon game, and he had probably one of the worst games of his career, to the point where they had.
Is it a game specifically for Nickelodeon? Or,
It's broadcast on regular CBS, but also on Nickelodeon.
so it's not just for Nickelodeon. He's just playing a regular game.
Yeah, no, they're playing
Nickelodeon's
like
covering him.
a legit game.
Okay.
And Nickelodeon is just doing the broadcast.
I see.
And they give out a little trophy at the end, and it's just like a simulcast on Nickelodeon. So I'm watching it, and they have Patrick Star from SpongeBob. I guess I'm maybe aged out of SpongeBob. I never really watched it, even as like a stoner. I know it's like stoner culture, but I've never really watched SpongeBob. Have you?
I've watched a couple episodes when I was younger. I didn't really get it or like it. And then I think I stumbled upon an episode recently, like a couple years ago, and I remember being like, this is funnier than I remember, kind of. But I haven't gotten into it.
I'm not a cartoon guy necessarily.
Same, but maybe I'll check it out again.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's I can't believe it's like The Simpsons at this point. It's transcended different generations, right? I mean, it's been on the air for years. I want to say since like the 90s almost. I have no idea.
Yeah.
But Patrick is one of the characters. He's the lovable starfish. And he was doing play-by-play, and Russell Wilson was having maybe the worst game of his entire career.
Whoa.
And you know it's bad when Patrick Star is throwing shade to Russell Wilson. Do we have the video?
Yeah.
Play the video for Kim.
And the Broncos, and those are the big horsey players, they have the ball, and they're going to see if they can find a way to move it.
Oh, nice.
And so what's happening? Oh, there's Russ Wilson. Oh, no! Oh, that's called an interception.
That's close. Bobby Wagner.
That's not what he wanted to cook.
That's not what he wanted to cook.
He burnt whatever he was cooking. Bobby Wagner with the interception. The SoCal kid back home.
Patrick
how exciting is
Star.
Bobby Wagner coming to town and doing that with his old team, man.
Patrick Star throwing shade to Russell Wilson. Not
This
the
is
best look.
Patrick Star doing this is like when like YouTubers get into stand up.
That's funny.
It's like this is almost there. You know what I mean?
No, I mean it's bizarre. Like the guy who voices Patrick Star, they showed another video where he was in the like studio watching the game and he has to do play-by-play as his whatever that character is. So it's so bizarre and weird. But imagine being a professional athlete, having a terrible game on Christmas, and Patrick Star is the one throwing you shade
No.
at the end of the day. That's just like adding insult to injury. And of course,
And your wife fucked Future.
oh, that is a big underlying factor in all of Russell Wilson's life is his wife fucked Future. And now, like Russell Wilson, we showed the clip many a time. He's been playing catch with Russell or like Future's kids, and Future gets like, "I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Oh no.
You talk to my kids, I'm gonna fuck." And he's like, "They live with me. What do you
Yeah,
want me
but
to do?"
Future doesn't talk to his kids. I think. I think that's the thing. I'm not sure.
I think yeah, no.
Allegedly Future. I don't know.
Future.
Future. Don't
I'm on
blame
your
me.
team, dude.
Yeah,
I'm
me
on
too.
Team Future.
Actually, I changed my mind.
Let me see you 1-2 step. But I called this happening at the beginning of the season, and this was the undoing of Nathaniel Hackett. He was fired
Wow.
after not even having one full year under his belt. Russell Wilson got him fired. So
You're fired.
that's the end of that, folks.
Wow.
Did you watch any football on New Year's Eve? What'd you do on New Year's Eve?
I had a show.
You had a show. Oh,
I was
in
in
San Diego.
yeah, with Big J at the American.
So you were on
Comedy
stage
thing.
like 5, 4.
Yes.
Did the whole thing.
Yeah.
Who'd you make out with?
No one. No one. I cheers, and then I was so tired.
I went to my cousin's house and he had his friends over, and there were more dogs there than there were human beings.
That's my nightmare.
It was bananas.
That's my nightmare.
And so I kissed one of the dogs at the end because they were all couples and I was alone. So I was
Actually, that's my nightmare.
the couples part?
Kissing a dog.
Oh.
As a Puerto Rican, it's one of our 10 commandments.
You don't kiss dogs?
Never kiss a dog on the face.
Never? Wow. Is that a thing?
Gross.
That's a cultural thing?
Yeah.
That's
a white
people
person thing to do.
You're right.
To let a dog kiss your face. I've only seen dogs do disgusting things. Every time I'm hanging out at my friend's house, their dogs are like licking their balls or licking their ass, and they're like, he ate shit again. And it's like always like a gross, dramatic. They're like, have to squeeze the dog's assholes to express them. I'm like, why are you guys doing this? What's up?
Annie and Todd have to, and this is from a doctor that told them to do this. They have to like jerk their dog's dick off to get it back in its like sheath.
Sure they do. Sure they have to.
I mean, it's like a thing.
No,
they're like, oh,
if they told you they were jerking their dog off and they had to because it was doctor's orders, Josh, I don't know what kind of.
They don't do it till it comes or anything. They just have to like get it to go back into its like pouch. Like
I don't believe that.
Like
do you?
Foreskin.
I believe that Annie and Todd are jerking their dog off.
Maybe.
Why would that make it go back in?
Yeah.
It's not like they make it harder. It's like already when it gets like a boner, they have to like massage it so it gets back into the sheath.
Why would massaging it make it go back into the sheath?
I'm not a veterinarian.
I think they're jerking their dog off. Did you catch them one day? Did you walk in and they were doing that and they're like, oh, our doctor said we had to get the sheath back covered.
Like, she does it. Annie is like, sometimes I have to make Todd do it because it's too gross. And I'm like, okay, that's whatever you got going on. Are you Googling this or to see if this is a thing? It, yeah. Well, go for it.
We're about to find out if we need to call the police on Annie and Todd.
One of the best parts of New Year's Eve, though, for me was getting to watch football. Are you laughing because it's true?
No, I'm laughing because I have the scientific name for it now.
What is it?
Paraphimosis. Help, my dog's penis is stuck out.
No.
Yeah.
They really do have to jerk their dog.
No, there's nothing in here that indicates that jerking them off will.
Well, the lady in the picture's doing it.
Yeah, look at it.
That dog looks so happy.
It's not like, and I use the jargon
this
jerk it off.
This picture is fucking insane to have online, by the way.
Yeah, this one you're going to have to blur that. It seems like
this is nuts, dude.
It seems like you've Googled a crime.
That dog looks like he came already. The dog needs a cigarette. Someone fucking... That dog has already left the house of the person he fucked. That's crazy.
And it doesn't say anything about what you got to do for it, huh?
Jerk
it off. It says
the other.
I believe it now.
See? I'm not talking tales out of school.
Says anti-inflammatories and lubrication typically aid our doctors in reducing paraphimosis. Okay.
Well, yeah, you got to go to they could just take it to but that's a trip to the doctor every time its dick gets stuck out.
Yeah.
So it's like,
you know what? And I know the whites are gonna come after me and say,
the whites.
And say, oh, Josh, get this cunt out of here. She hates dogs.
No, you just hate licking them.
I don't hate dog, but I hate dogs. I hate being around dogs who are like the leader of the pack in the house. Like if your dog disrespects you, I'm not going to your house. I'm not going to respect. Like I'm done.
If your dog thinks you're the sub.
Yeah, your dog's telling me you're a bitch.
Yeah.
And that's enough for me.
What's the signs of that when you go to someone's house?
When they're like jumping on people, or if like the people are always like, sorry, they always do that whole thing like, sorry, he gets excited. It's like, no, he doesn't respect you.
Yeah,
actually.
when you say no, it doesn't listen.
Yeah, it's like just little things like that. I read that if your dog jumps onto the couch when you get on the couch, it's because it like doesn't respect you. It would never do that with like the leader of the pack.
Wow.
Yeah, and then some people are like, I don't want my dog to be I don't want to be his leader. I'm his friend. It's like then he thinks he's your leader.
Yeah, that is true. My mother. Another reason why I was glad I didn't get stuck with her was because she has two dogs who, despite I've stayed at her house, I could be there for a week. Anytime I come out of the room, it's like I'm new again, and they're like, rah, 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 rah. It's like
dogs that bark too much. Fuck.
Oh my god, they don't stop. And my mother thinks that yelling at them makes them stop. It never does. She's like, Kada, and I'm like, you're just another dog barking. You know what I mean? I was like, please stop. You're making it worse. Now you're a third dog. barking.
Yeah. No, I can't. That's the worst.
The worst.
My friends have these 2 dogs, and they, Hormos.
Mm-hmm.
He has these 2 dogs, and every time the dogs just will be watching TV, and the dogs will just start barking at the same time and then run to the door. And I'm like, oh my God, what? And they're like, oh, they do that when the neighbor walks their dog. I'm like, 3 times a day you go through that from quiet to scary.
Can't
bark?
have it.
No.
Cannot have it.
Absolutely not.
Can't abide such idiocy any longer.
No, can't do
Mm-hmm.
it. Well, like I said, I was amongst all these dogs. They were around me. It was crazy. There was like legitimately 16 dogs there or something crazy.
Ew.
It was nuts.
It couldn't
Of
have
all
smelled good in
different
there.
kinds.
It couldn't have smelled good in there.
It was a big enough house. I don't know. But
See, you guys can't smell it either. That's you said I don't know. You're like, you couldn't smell it, could you?
No, I couldn't.
It's just life.
I couldn't smell. It's white people
I
stuff.
I know it smelled crazy in there.
Probably.
16 dogs. I know it smelled fucking 16 dogs and then a bunch of men watching football.
None of them like shit or pissed in the house.
No, but they're
Yeah.
that puts a smell into the air.
Oh, of course.
It's like a bad steam room.
That's oh god.
It's like a steam room from hell.
That's like when I always say when I go to Florida, it feels like a dog's breathing on me.
Listen, I'm sorry if I insulted you. I'm sorry.
The dog people are coming.
They're
after
gonna come
you.
for my throat. I know it, and I'm sorry.
Well,
I'm not saying I hate dogs. I like a nice, respectful dog. Sue me.
It's okay. Some people don't like dogs. That's
I
fine.
like them.
Some people don't. That's all I'm saying.
I like them.
That's I like them. Just not. I
convincing
just
myself.
don't want one in my house.
I just don't want one near me or alive.
But anyhow, today's Josh Potter Show is brought to us by Rocket Money. And you probably think, I spend around $80 a month on my subscriptions and all the services that I use. Actually, the total's probably closer to over $200 a month. That's according to studies that show most Americans do at the very least. And you could be wasting hundreds of dollars a month on subscriptions you don't even know that you're subscribed to. It's crazy. I was looking through it and I was like, I have that app. I don't even know what that app is. I couldn't even find it on my phone if you asked me to. It's unbelievable. I'm spending $4 a month or something like that, and it cleans it all right up. Rocket Money shows you all the subscriptions in just one place. And like I said, I was looking through it. I'm like, what the hell is that? Even the ones you didn't know you were paying for. I mean, it cancels whatever ones you want in just a, quick and easy click. And you may even find out you've been double charged for a subscription. That happens more often than you think. To cancel a subscription, you just hit cancel. It's easy. And Rocket Money takes care of the rest. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, my friend. Get rid of useless subscriptions with Rocket Money now. Go to rocketmoney.com/Potter. Seriously, it's going to save you hundreds of dollars per year. It's unbelievable. That's rocketmoney.com/Potter. Cancel those unnecessary subscriptions right now at rocketmoney.com/Potter.
Anywho,
I was watching football the whole time, and this is the first time they did like college playoff games during New Year's Eve, to the point where it got like wildly, because the game was close, it got insanely close to like 5-4, you know what I mean? Like in the East Coast at the very least. And so I'm watching this game, and every now and then they're panning to the crowd, and I'm like, oh, who is that? And it turns out it's Michigan quarterback J.J. McCarthy's girlfriend. And she was a real dish. And then I caught this little moment here. Someone sent it in, too. I'm so glad someone got the screen grab. There she is right there. You see her with the
yellow, obvious.
Obvious, yes. And so one of those men is J.J. McCarthy's dad.
Okay.
Now let's see how he interacts with the girl. So they're cheering, hooray,
She's so
a touchdown.
happy. Oh, ew.
Right?
Ew.
What on earth was that?
I'm sorry.
Can we get a pause on
Was he
that?
giving his son a play? That's what it looked like, right?
Was he like,
he's like,
was he
look,
dusting
he's
it
like,
off?
yeah, he's like, next one, run the sweep. He's like, turn around, I have to tell JJ something.
That's the place he looks immediately is her ass.
He knows my son will look here. He's actually being a good dad. Look.
I thought
play
he
it again,
was...
play it again. Look, sweep to the left. I know. I read exactly. I read exactly what he was saying.
Well, they just scored a touchdown. So
yeah, because and that's when you have to make the next plan when the enemy is distracted. See, Josh.
Look at that.
This is disgusting.
2 hands. All right, let me just.
Ew, look
it's
at
like
him.
he's dusting it off, going like, my son's gonna hit this later, so I better get it ready. dust her off.
Ew.
And for those who aren't watching on YouTube and just listening at home, the girl is hugging another girl after the touchdown. They're celebrating, and the dad is standing behind her and just
And he's
kinda,
leaning
like,
towards her, too.
grazes her ass with
Where was
both
he
his
before
hands.
this? Was he even leaning this far
He was
over?
hugging the guy behind him.
He came from far away. Hold on. He came from far away.
It was
Look.
like he was going to give her a hug or a high five or something, and then his hands just kind of like went straight to her ass.
Oh, no. He knew what he was doing.
It was like he touched it and was like, whoo.
Has his son...
That could have been, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He could have touched it and been like, that's not my ass to touch. Oof. Then he did one of these.
No, I don't think that's not what I was reading. That's not the play I read, sweetie.
But they kept cutting that girl, and I'm like, who the hell is that?
You were in love with her.
Yeah, she's pretty hot. And then another thing happened over the weekend bowl games.
Oh, boy.
And we love having these. And this is from, I believe it's NC State. I have an article about this, don't I? Yes, right here. So a veteran college football play-by-play announcer has been suspended for disparaging comments he made during Saturday's bowl games.
Oh, hell yeah.
Gary Hahn, NC State's play-by-play. NC State, by the way, alma mater of Russell Wilson. He also went to Wisconsin. But this gentleman was telling listeners the score of the Sun Bowl between UCLA and Pitt when he made a troubling comment.
Oh, I want to hear it.
The Sun Bowl. And amongst all the illegal aliens down in El Paso, it's UCLA 14 and Pittsburgh 6. That's with 11:15 to go in the second quarter.
Boom, suspended indefinitely.
NC State, not a lot of depth in the second.
And that other
Why
guy,
would he say that?
That's the thing. I have been in this racket following broadcasting my entire life. And this guy's a veteran, like to the point where he's like almost a legend in that realm, college
Right.
football. And something tells me this guy either just says fuck it, wants to get fired. Maybe he had a stroke, because it is so avoidable to say that.
Do you say racist things when you're stroking? Is that like, I thought you just smelled burnt toast. I thought.
Maybe some people just have like a stroke and they just say something wild.
Wow.
And I don't understand the impetus of saying down, because he's talking about the game was played in El Paso. Yes, so he's like, down in El Paso where all the illegal aliens are jumping over the border. And it's like, well, okay, man.
Well, he is also 172 years old, so he might not even know that that's an issue.
Yeah,
but he has to in his line of work. But maybe he just literally goes to work and goes home and doesn't talk to anybody about anything.
Well, that's the thing. When old people don't know problematic talk, but at the end of the day, it's like so needless.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not even like he said something like, they're eating tacos, like something like that,
Yeah.
where like you would go, oh, okay, well, that's just an old guy
Yeah. No, yeah.
being old,
Well, bye.
Let's take bye is right. Let's take a look at how the football world is reacting. It says, "Oh, Gary Hahn, that's a way to put a 31-year career on the rocks." One Twitter user wrote, and other people are saying, "What a way to announce your retirement." That's the thing. Where I'm like, did he just want to like? He's like, I'm done. If they fire me, they got to pay me for like 5 more years, and I don't have to work.
Oh, that's kind of smart.
But if at the end, and he goes, well, I won't get too racist with it. I'll just say this.
Yeah.
And he knew, this is my way out.
Whoa.
Could it be? Is Gary Hahn playing 4D chess? That's what I want.
Whoa. And he's like, I'm old. What are they going to do? Cancel me? It's like, my friends are my friends.
I've made all the money. I'm going to get paid out for the rest of my contract, and then I'm old already. So what's the diff? I think there might be some 4D chess going on here.
You know what? I think he was the other dad was giving him the play-by-play.
He was like, legal.
They're all working together.
South of the border.
Yeah. I like the flick to the second ass cheek on that one.
That was weird, right? It's like
Yeah.
he switched hands.
Yeah. No, he
That's
couldn't
what
get
made
enough.
it seem deliberate to me.
No, he wanted his son's girlfriend so badly.
I mean, who doesn't? Did you see her?
I heard all about her.
I got this email too. It says it's from Renee.
Mm-hmm.
She wrote, Tom Brady gives me the ick. Now I know the ick. First time I heard the ick.
Ew, I thought that was Ellen DeGeneres and her girlfriend. I can't.
The first time I heard the ick was from you.
Really?
Yeah. Did
Love
you make
this
that up?
boy. No.
Oh, okay. It says, I'm sure you've seen these pics somewhere of Tom Brady, but what the fuck? Also, hey to Kirsten from Eastern Iowa. Well, she's still stuck there, folks. I live near and work in the city where Chuck E. Cheese nonsense happened. Oh, that was from
Cheese?
We had a Chuck E. Cheese
a fight?
Many a fights. We went through a whole history of the crime.
They love to fight there
in Chuck E. Cheese. But here's the article. It says he might have been a Super Bowl champion, but Tom Brady's latest Instagram proves he has other wins to smile about. On December 30th, the Tampa Bay quarterback took Instagram to share a couple of pictures of him with his son Benjamin basking in the pool post-Christmas season. I love this boy, he wrote in his story, which featured his son's legs
then put
tucked
some sunblock
between
on
his
him.
own legs as they lounged by the pool.
This is a little much.
The next photo shows Brady pecking the back of Benjamin's head as they both smile with crossed eyes.
Why crossed eyes?
I don't know. It says crossed eyes in the article. I can't tell
It
if
looks
they're
like
crossed.
Elliot Page.
Closed eyes. Closed eyes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't read. Closed eyes. It does look like two lesbians are.
It does. It's like very,
vacationing.
The kiss on the back of the neck's a lot. And he kisses his son on the mouth a lot. Remember
yes,
the massage table kiss?
I think that's what raised a lot of eyebrows about these posts. The next photo shows Brady. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Then he. Is it say what this is in there? And the real thing. Oh, those are all his kids. But he specifically enjoys Benjamin, it seems.
Ew. Why'd you say it like that? But he specifically enjoys Benjamin. It's like, ew, you used his whole name and everything.
It says Benjamin. I bet he calls him Benjamin. There's no Ben.
No,
it's not Ben Brady.
Benjamin.
Benjamin Brady. What's going on, though? I mean, that is too much. Have you met people that like that where, like, maybe you've dated a guy where he's, like, a little too close with a sister?
Yes. I was seeing this guy a few years ago, and he was really close to his sister, and it weirded me out. Like, really close to his sister.
What was, like, some of the red flags that made you go, like, this is not right?
He just spent every waking moment with her at all times. Their pictures, their faces were so close. It was just, like, very strange. It was literally like, I think he's fucking her. Yeah, I started to feel, like, almost jealous, and I was like, this I cannot deal with.
There are definitely people I know that are like, you go like, are they fucking?
Yeah.
Are they having sex with? Because they're all like flirty and weird.
Yeah.
I have a friend, Matt Bergman, a comedian who I do my Patreon with. Mm-hmm. He had a girlfriend years and years and years ago, and he would legitimately call me and go, I think she's cheating on me. And then I would be like, oh, like, what are the signs or whatever? And then I go, are you talking about her brother? And he's like, yeah, I think she's fucking her brother. And he was like legit serious. And I was like,
was she?
I don't think she, I guess we'll never know, but I was like, I don't think she's fucking her brother, man. I think you're being wildly paranoid. And then I would see the two of them together and I'd be like, oh, okay, man, you got to get out of this.
I just talked to someone.
How many people you think are fucking
and
their
someone
sibling?
was fucking their own cousin.
That's a little, I mean, I'm not going to say better, but it's not as bad as sibling.
Yeah, but it's still not great.
How many people do you think are fucking sibling-wise?
Like, I don't know.
What
I don't
percentage?
know. I don't know.
I don't know. Don't ask me.
Probably less than 1%, right?
I would hope so, but now, I mean, like, you always.
How many?
Like you said,
what's
you
the
met
percentage? Oh my God, what?
You found a stat?
Did you?
I found a PubMed study. Sex among siblings, a survey on prevalence variety.
I mean, because it's
How
the
many people
top
are fucking
porn
their siblings?
genre.
15% of the females and 10% of the males reported some type of sexual experience involving a sibling. Fondling and touching of the genitals were the most common activities in all age categories.
Wow. And is this a thing that was when they were children?
Yeah, I mean adults.
Yeah.
Children, I could see maybe like.
You're trapped. It's weird.
Not even you're trapped. You're just like 4 and wanting to know what that penis is because you don't have one or whatever.
Oh, that I can understand.
Right?
That's not sexual, though, in my opinion.
No.
This specifically said sexual encounters. Correct?
Yeah, some type of sexual experience. And it says 1/4 of the experiences could be described as exploitative, either because force was used or because there was a large age disparity between the partners. But that means that 3/4 of them were not exploitative.
Whoa.
Well, if you fucked your sibling out there, hit us up at joshpottershow@gmail.com. I'd love to hear your experience and why you did it, and if there's a community of you.
If you have, I want to know too.
I'll forward them to you.
Please remind Josh to forward it to me when you write that to Josh. I want to know.
It is crazy, though, to think like if you talk to most people, like they're like, oh, I know someone like that. and they don't know for sure, obviously, but there's inklings kind of thing, do you know?
Mm-hmm.
But that gives me the heebie-jeebies. Let's go to the news.
So creepy.
Today's Josh Potter Show is also brought to us by a company that I used literally hours before I came here, DoorDash. God, I love DoorDash. And I mean, they're connecting you to everything you want, whenever you want, and however you want it. I mean, it's not just for restaurants anymore, my friend. I mean, yeah, you can get your favorite local fare or one of hundreds of chain restaurants that maybe you know and love from around the country. But also now you can get items of convenience. You can get groceries. I got razors today. I hate going to a Rite Aid and buying razors. I got to call the guy over and get the key. Now you make someone else do that, and then you tip them generously. That is how America works today, and that is how DoorDash works today, baby. And right now they've got 300,000 partners. You can support your neighborhood go-tos, as I mentioned, or you can choose from the favorite national restaurants. I mean, Popeyes, Chipotle, these are just to name a few, my friend. And you've got stores and restaurants to the Dashers driving around. Each purchase provides a new opportunity for everyone. So, yeah, you're helping out the stores, you're helping out the drivers, and that is great for 2023. You know, we need more people helping people, right? So for a limited time, my listeners right now, they're going to be able to get 50% off their first order of $15 or more when they download the DoorDash app and enter code JP. So yeah, go download that DoorDash app, enter code JP. That's 50% off your first order of $15 or more. Download the DoorDash app in the App Store. Enter the code JP. Don't forget that's code JP for 50% off your first order with DoorDash. Subject to change, terms apply. Now, I was curious your thoughts on this type of phenomenon that I got from Josh Garza wrote this in. joshpottershow@gmail.com, by the way. Didn't say it up at the top, but please to be sending your articles there, your musical numbers, the way Griff Parker sent that track in from earlier. Won a Roachie, by the way, Griff Parker. So he's continuing to be in the running.
Was that the beginning of the show?
Yes.
That was great.
Yeah, no, he's the best. And there's so many folk out there that do some wonderful music. Keep sending it in. joshpottershow@gmail.com. So this here, it says from Josh Garza, it involves the phenomenon of puppy girls. We just talked about Annie and Todd and their relationship with their dog. This is, and I've heard about pup play, but this is a specific thing to women.
Oh my God.
And so they just walk around going like, bark, 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 bark.
I could probably get into this fetish. I'm not going to lie.
But you hate dogs. Why would you want to be one?
I could probably act like one and be into that.
Well, this puppy girl, Jenna,
I
earns
could be a
$10K a month on OnlyFans, making videos of herself playing fetch, begging for food, and being taken on nice, long walks.
I could be a puppy girl.
All right. Well, let's see how far this
Puppy
goes.
Kimmy?
This article, it says, I came across Jenna's video the same way anyone comes across anything on TikTok, swiping aimlessly through the page. And then I came across her OnlyFans, and so they started DMing, and Jenna wrote, "It's insane. I never thought my weird dog kink would be looked at by a broad audience, or that so many people would like and care about it. It blows my mind. It's easy to see why straight vanilla-ish couples who have never dipped their toe into BDSM might find leather-covered pups intimidating, but a scaled-back approach to puppy play, like the one adopted by Jenna, appears to have increased its appeal to straight couples."
Oh my God.
So you're going to, is this an OnlyFans that you go like, well, this seems easy. I just play fetch and shit. Do you know what's weird? I brought this up to you, but this is really an article for Sarah Weinshank, I think.
Yeah, this is
I feel like she could easily, maybe she has a puppy page on the side.
She should make a puppy page. Can someone look at Puppy Girl?
Yeah, there's a bunch. Is this the same one or is this a different one? Because she
just
looks
a girl
blonde.
pretending to be a puppy.
Can we see a vid? Do we have a reel or something that we could look at?
I want to see. Wait, go down.
Go to
down.
the reels.
I want to see her in the cage with the old man. That one.
That one on the right there.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. What does it
This
say?
is gonna
Like,
be
here's
good.
my owner.
Got another one today.
Oh, I don't like this. I literally jumped.
She sounds a lot like a dog.
That was crazy. And
the comment says the bark is impressive.
and it's weird. The man is in like what would be a dog catcher mobile.
Is that her dad?
And he's like, it's her daddy. And he's like, I got another one today. He's going to take her to the pound. AKA.
She sounds a lot like a dog. I want to see her running. I bet she runs really well on grass.
Yeah, let's see another one.
I bet she crawls well. Like, I bet she's a good dog.
He's going to take her to the pound town is what he's going to
Here
take
you go.
her.
You want a treat? Good girl.
Oh,
Good
it's like she's
girl.
going to bite him. He's catching her
Here
right
you
now in the
go.
park.
Gotcha.
Let me put the thing around her. I gotcha.
Come on, you. Let's go. Got a lot of people worried about you. Come on. Easy, easy. Come on.
She's an amazing bark.
I don't think I have the improv chops to do this fetish, though, you know?
Yeah.
Because I'd be like, all right, Jenna, stand up. What are we doing?
Also, this is really dangerous to do publicly.
Why? What do you think is...
This man's just dragging a woman on her fucking thing through the park and no one's saying anything.
Do you think he has the consent forms in his back pocket just in case anyone
Right.
pops up? Look at that van, though. He's got like a Sprinter van that he keeps her in. Go let's see if there's any of her like running or...
Wait, she's
fetching or
entertaining
something.
for sure.
Oh, that one's a little
Oh,
risque.
eating the dog food.
Yeah, right there on the left. You're passing it. Ew. Uh-oh, she made a mess.
Oh,
there's
she
guys-
is a whore.
And there's guys
I
jerking
love
their
her.
dicks to this?
I love her.
She is a whore.
Look
She is
at her.
eating the
She's a
spilled
genius.
dog food off of the floor.
She's a genius.
Well, you
Someone
know,
said I should text her.
if times ever get tight, you can just convert your page to being a dog.
I will.
You can become one of the dogs that you hate, where you become the alpha in the pack.
That's true.
You know? What's that
Wow.
one? Is she taking a shit?
We can't
No.
stop.
She's just taking a shit.
No.
No, we're going to get pulled for that. There you go. It's just her jumping out of a cop car.
She's pretty fast on her knees. Whoa.
Oh, it's like the, oh my God, she's doing the canine
she hired
thing
a
where
police officer for this.
yeah, like where she's the drug dog and they're like, go sick him, and they've got the
And
like,
her nipple was out at one point because
Oh,
they had to put
boy.
an emoji over it.
there it is again.
How did she get the cop to agree to this?
That doesn't look like a,
That's a cop car.
yeah, but it looks like it's been out of commission for some time. It looks more like a prop at this point. Did you see
But
it?
how'd
It
they
looks
get
like it's
that?
from, well, you can buy those in a police auction and you have them, you know, there's people that make like, I have the Ghostbusters mobile or whatever
Oh,
the
I
fuck.
see.
You can do them up, but I'm sure
She's
it's
really
just
committing
for,
to this life.
oh yeah, she's making $10K a month.
That's great.
That's her job.
That article's from 2020. I think she's making a lot more than that now.
Oh, wow.
Can we click on
interesting.
it and see?
I don't think OnlyFans doesn't say like how much.
What if it was already subscribed from Josh's account?
Yeah. OnlyFans doesn't say what.
If you get in a girl's OnlyFans, does she know it's you or is it anonymous?
You have a screen name.
But what about the credit card?
They can't tell who. They don't see who it's charged.
Oh, so you can anonymously be on a friend's OnlyFans.
Oh, 100%.
Wow. I didn't know that.
100%.
I'm about to buy a few.
Whose?
I don't know.
I'm like,
Sometimes
out
I
them.
see them and I'm like, I just want to see what's on there.
Yeah, you can do that. Just make
curious.
a screen name. They don't see who's like charged on the thing. Well, I have another occupation perhaps you might be interested in. This is from Justin M., our Roachie award-winning
Okay.
Roach reporter out there. It says, former KGB agent Alila Rosa, who was notoriously claimed that her honey trap training gave her the power to make any man fall in love with her, says that there are dozens more agents with the same training operating
What?
in the UK right now. So this is like James Bond shit.
Okay. So what's a honey trap?
So a honey trap is like what she gets trained in. Sometimes agents can live in different countries like America and England, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes two agents, one male and one female, they could get married. They'll have kids. They live a normal life. That's like, what's that, The Americans or whatever? That TV
It's
show?
like Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Yeah. So it says it's a very quiet, undramatic espionage, Alila says. Not every agent is James Bond, LOL. She adds that Putin's dream is to bring all the former Soviet countries together. Okay, that's about like, I don't care about that. I want to know how she fucked all the dudes. How'd she make them fall in love? Oh, so here we go. Well, that's more about Putin. Fuck.
They got you.
Are you kidding me?
It's all about Putin.
Yeah.
He wanted you to read this.
Fucking Christ. Well, I mean, it's cool. You got her page up here. I don't know. That doesn't tell me what her feminine wiles are that she can make every man fall in love with her. What is it?
Yeah,
Just-
I wanted the trick.
at the end of the day, it's just blowjobs. I mean, right? I mean, what are we
Yes.
talking about here? How hard is it? I'm now calling cap on this lady, and I think that for a pretty woman to manipulate men, it's not that hard exactly. You just, like, slip a tit, blow them. I mean, like, what are we talking about here? That's not that hard. If I was hot, I could be in the espionage game. Hands down, if that's what it takes.
I'm calling bullshit.
I might do it.
She sells courses.
She sells courses on how to
she's
fuck?
full of shit.
All right, well, she sucks. What a waste. Sorry,
Fuck her.
Justin M. But he wrote in
her,
another
dude.
one. This one's nice. I was made into a sex doll unknowingly. This seems like a story
Okay.
that we'd hear you tell.
Okay.
One
Yeah.
of like these guys that you're talking about, they're like, he made me into a sex doll.
I want to know how that is.
What do you mean?
How do you make someone into a sex doll?
Well, a woman was shocked to discover that she had been turned into a sex doll without her
No.
permission. While she was flattered, they chose to use her likeness. Now, so just to clarify, folks, someone made a sex doll in this woman's likeness. They didn't put a spell on her and turn her into
That's
a
where
sex
I was
doll.
in my head. I was like, what did they do to her?
Israeli model Yael Cohen Aris, 26, was the victim of a bizarre privacy incident that saw the doll allegedly named and modeled after her, as well as footage of her used to promote the product. So a company made this sex doll out of her at the end of the day.
Wow.
Speaking on This Morning last year, she explained how despite the obvious issues, she tried to see it as a positive. And everything that happens, I always try to see the bright side,
That
she said.
would be me.
They did it without my consent. They use it for commercial use. It's a sex doll, all these crazy things, but it does mean people find me attractive. So I guess I choose to see it as flattering. That's how I would come out of it at the end of the day. I'd be like, people want to fuck me?
That's so gross. I'd want them to cut me a check.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine it's violating in some ways.
Yeah.
Like if you just knew, like, these things are flying off the shelves, Kim.
No.
We've
Well,
sold,
I'd like that.
We've
but
sold 5,000 of these in just the first weekend alone.
I'd need to be paid per unit, sweetie.
They're $500 a piece for the Kim Congdon sex doll.
Yeah.
You would need a cut.
Yeah.
At least 10%. You gotta.
I'm going 20
You'd
for
go
not
20?
tasking first.
You could probably sue at the end of the day.
That's true.
Everybody likes to feel attractive, she said. They just took me, a random girl from Israel. She had no issues with the sex doll industry. The problem here is they did it without my consent. Well, duh. It's double wrong because it's connected to my identity. They didn't, like, name it after her, though, you know? It's not like it's called the, whatever the fuck her name is, Yael.
It's not. She said they used her name.
They just used her likeness. So it looks
Oh.
like her, and they're like, Israeli whore. That's what it says. Like, it's like a spirit Halloween costume.
It's got the same tattoos. It's like definitely her.
Israeli whore doll. No, this isn't her. We didn't call it Yael whatever the fuck. We called it the Israeli sex doll. Do you want to fuck this Israeli whore? Well, this next one, you don't have a scrotum, so this probably won't.
It is named after her.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, could you imagine it's just like the Kim Congdon sex doll? As seen on this bitch.
You'd have to be cutting some major checks.
I would imagine. Well, hopefully this woman gets some self-esteem or some self-worth and decides to, get some litigation involved at the end of the day.
She should hire a lawyer and stop talking to the Daily Star.
T-Bone sent this bad boy in. Now, this one might not affect you as much as it affects me because it involves a scrotum.
Okay.
It says, Papa Roach, it's the electric ball bag boogie, he wrote. Hopefully this is not an American ailment. I don't need the thought of these getting on my mind. Holy shit. So here's the article. A man suffering from pain and inflammation in his genitals had parasitic worms dancing inside his scrotum.
Ew.
The doctors
Could
caught
those come
these
out and
on
come?
video. Oh, well, I don't know. That's interesting. I think they look a little big.
Why'd you say no so fast? How do you know?
Well, because they look kind of large there if I'm looking at the video. We can show this video, yeah? You think?
We can show this, yeah.
This isn't a scrotum. It's the inside. It's like an x-ray. You see him
Whoa.
moving around in there?
Yeah.
That's my worst fucking nightmare.
I wonder if you could feel it.
I'm sure. Well, he said he had a man suffering from pain and inflammation in his genitals, so I would say he did. This is a man, a 26-year-old living in New Delhi, so it seems like a foreign thing, hopefully.
Racist. That was racist.
They sought medical attention after experiencing pain and swelling in his testicles, along with minor fevers for around a month.
Wow.
It wouldn't take a month for me to go get that checked out. Let me tell you, if my balls are swelling up and in pain and I have fevers, I'm going to the doctor. After conducting a quick ultrasound scan, because doctors were like, what the hell's going on here? They spotted multiple parasitic worms packed inside his scrotal skin.
No.
blood analysis reveals that the beasties were juvenile Wuchereria bancrofti. I don't know, Rob. You know bugs and shit. You know, does this all sound familiar?
That's just the guy's name from New Delhi.
Wuchereria bancrofti.
Okay, it's a type of parasitic nematode or roundworm found in tropical regions and transmitted between humans through mosquito bites. So a mosquito bit the guy's balls and gave him fucking worms. The worms have a lifespan of up to 8 years, and upon developing into adults inside human lymphatic vessels, will mate to produce millions of wriggling offspring. I'm so fucking... My balls have crawled into my body.
That's not good.
These young go on to migrate around the body, causing inflammatory disease known as lymphatic filariasis, which can result in severe swelling of legs, arms, breasts, and genitals. So you can get these in your tits.
Worms in my tits?
You can get some worms in your tits. If a mosquito bites them, it's got...
Oh, hell no.
Don't go... Next time you go to the tropics.
Or New Delhi.
Or New Delhi, yeah. Well, this man was in... somewhere. Is New Delhi a tropic? I don't know. I guess it is. The researchers documented the discovery of the microscopic worms in a report. The dance sign represents the undulations of live worms. So yeah, they noted that they were dancing.
Wow. Wowie.
There's 1.2 million people in this country or in the world that have this worm problem.
Disgusting.
Yeah. 120 million, excuse me.
Gross.
That's a considerable amount. That's just like poor country shit, though, right? They're just like, my balls are swelling. They don't know what's going on. You know, they're getting bugs. We have West Nile virus, thank God, here in America. We don't have them giving us worms in our balls.
Yeah, we should be more thankful for West Nile.
Yes, we should. Have you had a mosquito bite in a nefarious area before?
I mean, I grew up in Florida, so I grew up getting mosquito bites, but it was never an issue, really.
Never just like, I have one on my clit. You know?
No. I got stung in my vagina by a bee once.
What? Inside?
Yeah.
How did it get anywhere near
inside?
Inside?
It was like on the lip.
On the but it hit
on the inside of the lip. Yeah.
What was your vagina doing out?
I was 12, and I was on a water slide that was in someone's backyard. You know, those inflatable ones. Mm-hmm. And I remember that day my bathing suit was just like a little big on me. So I think when I was just like running around,
got trapped up in there.
It went in there, got trapped, got probably smushed when I pulled my bathing suit up, and then started stinging me.
Oh God, that is like a legit nightmare.
Yeah, and then my vagina was so swollen, and my mom had to look at it. It was so embarrassing. She was looking for a stinger.
Oh my God,
it was a whole fucking thing.
It's a stinger in your labia.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord.
And it was just swollen for like a night, and then it went down. But
you
it was
said
big.
That in such a way where you're like, my vagina was so swollen.
Don't cut that audio. Yep, I got stung.
Is there any residual effects?
No. No, yeah, it's just like really tight now. So annoying.
So tight and wet, it's weird.
After that, it's just like an elastic band. It never loosens up, truly. So.
Fuck, man.
I've had 3 men get stuck in there.
They're still there to this day.
They're still there. I had to bring them around with me. It was like carrying a kid on a leash through the airport.
You did tell a story on this bitch about getting a condom stuck in there.
Yeah, I regret bringing that up.
Okay, well, you made it a clip, so.
Yeah, I know. I regret that as well.
Isn't that funny when you do something for the content and then you're like, God, I didn't.
I don't want to post it again.
I didn't need to share that.
It's like the stuff I say on my podcast, I don't mean to hear again.
No, I agree.
For me, it's like the one time I say it is the last time I need to hear it.
I black out every time I do this. And
Me
then I go
too.
home, I go, you deal with it, Rob.
Yeah. What is that?
It's just music. You can finish your thought.
It's kind of hard. The music came out of nowhere.
Was it jarring?
Yeah, it was
I
jarring.
meant to keep it kind of like, subtle.
Well, you stopped mid-sentence talking with the problem, and then you played it. So I feel like
I'm easy to. I'm capable of moving forward. I don't know.
That makes one of us.
I got Kim high. It's fun. It's fun to get Kim high.
I got high. I was supposed to quit smoking weed.
You need to not do that resolution.
Okay, but I'm not going to drink anymore this January.
Okay. Dry January.
Dry January.
Smoked out January.
Smoked out January.
And
then maybe February I'll slow down on the weed once I'm done with the drinking.
Both. Weed.
Hell. Yeah.
I'm getting more fucked up in 2023. Let's go.
It sounds like you're about to rap again.
Again? Did I rap today?
Yeah, when you were like, let's get into the 2023.
Oh, when I was rhyming?
Yeah, and then you said the rest of the sentence like in a very like rap way.
I have a musical voice. Tell everyone where they can come see you again.
You guys can find me on Twitter at Kimberly Congdon, on Instagram at Kim Congdon. Find my podcast anywhere you find podcasts. It's called This Bitch. It's with Sarah Weinshank, super funny. And you can check out my Patreon for bonus content, patreon.com/Kim Congdon. I will be in Austin the 4th through the 10th. I'll be in Yuma, Arizona at the end of January. I don't remember the dates exactly, but...
Is it the 27th?
Yeah. How do you know my dates tonight?
I don't know. I don't know why I know that.
I need an assistant, so if you're looking to be an assistant, hit me up.
Ooh. It's going to be a lot of gentlemen's in your DMs.
And then, yeah, I think that's it. Check out my social media and stuff for dates.
On This Bitch, you should present Sarah with the possibility of getting into the puppy girl genre.
Oh, so I'm going to get a collar and a leash for Sarah on Amazon right now. Because also, let me tell you the exact dates because Sarah's going to kill me if I don't promote.
Which one? The Yuma one?
What?
Which date?
All of them.
Oh, okay.
All of them. No, Yuma, Arizona is the 27th. You said that, right?
Yes.
And then January 6th will be at the Vulcan Comedy Theater doing our headlining gig and This Bitch podcast live.
Down in Austin.
With Big Laugh Comedy. Yeah, so come through.
Hell yeah. I will be in Burbank, California on my birthday doing a show with a hell of a lineup. It's going to be fun. That's January 13th. Get your tickets right now. It's not a lot of tickets, so get them while you can.
Do it.
And other than that, do hit me up on Instagram at Josh_Potter, at J_Potter on Twitter. joshpottershow at gmail.com is where you can send everything and anything in, and I'm so appreciative when you do. Thank you for everyone who does do that. I'm looking forward to a great new year. Patreon.com/Josh, the Josh Potter Show, and yeah. I mean, we're going to have a great 2023, folks. Stream Room is under construction, and I can't wait. Again, thank you to Rob and Kirsten. I'm looking forward to another year with them, and we will see you next time right here on The Josh Potter Show. Thank you very much.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.